Now at 6, an injured Joplin police officer is released from the hospital and welcomed by cheers from the community.
As first responders across the city of Joplin attended the funeral of Ben Cooper yesterday, that left a number of positions that needed to be filled. I'm Chris Warner with how nearly a dozen other agencies stepped in to help out.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A round of applause from a grateful community as a police officer injured in last week's shooting is released from the hospital. This is KOAM News at 6. Healthcare workers and others lined the hallway at Freeman Hospital today as the wheelchair carrying Officer Rick Hershey made its way to the exit. Hershey was shot in the face 8 days ago as he confronted the suspect who had fatally shot JPD Corporal Ben Cooper and Officer Jake Reed. In a news release today, the police department expressed thanks to all the Freeman Health System workers involved in Hershey's care. The JPD says Officer Hershey still has a long recovery period ahead and asks everyone to keep him in their thoughts and prayers. As Hershey reached the exit of the hospital, he rose from the wheelchair and walked out. A number of first responders from around the area have stepped up to help Joplin over the past week, including during yesterday's funeral for Corporal Cooper. KOAM's Chris Warner has more on how the first responder family came together for Joplin.
How do you help someone who's hurting? Someone who's mourning a loss? You support them any way you can. And that's exactly what area first responders are doing for their Joplin family.
We've had all of our deputies asking, what can we do to help? And we all just stepped up as the surrounding agencies stepped up to help our family out in need.
Chief Deputy Derek Walrod with the Jasper County Sheriff's Office says they're honored to help fill the needed positions within the city of Joplin.
We want the citizens of Joplin to know that they're safe, that we're going to continue helping out the law enforcement side and fire and EMS. All emergency services are going to still be there, just different colored uniforms.
The Jasper and Newton County Sheriff's Offices, as well as the Missouri State Highway Patrol and Jasper County dispatchers, stepped up on the law enforcement side of things. Reddings Mill was one of 5 fire departments staffing each of Joplin's 5 fire stations on Tuesday.
It's a brotherhood. Even though we have different departments on our shirts, we're all still one big family, and we all know that we're going to be there to help each other out whenever we need it.
Lieutenant Devin Mashker with Reddings Mill says just like the other agencies, nobody had to be asked to help out. They volunteered.
Yeah, everyone here has a big heart, and we're always willing to help. I mean, that's in our job description. So even if it's helping the citizens or helping out a different department, it's always easy to get personnel to help out.
Walrod says the support they've received from the Joplin community has been incredible.
Go somewhere for lunch, people offering to buy you lunch, or you go to fill up gas and somebody buys you a cup of coffee and they stop and shake your hand and thank you for everything you're doing. We're doing the same job we normally do, just they're not used to seeing us in the city limits. But it was amazing support from the community around Joplin. It was very inspiring.
I'm Chris Warner for KOAM News.
We've mentioned some of the agencies that stepped in. Here are the others. Various Joplin fire stations were manned by, as we said, Reddings Mill, also Oronogo, Carl Junction, Webb City, and Dunaweg. On the EMS side, Mercy, Cox, Barton County, and Newton County all provided ambulance coverage for METs yesterday. Local business is providing some support for the JPD and other area first responders helping in Joplin. The Wheelin RV Center in Joplin offered a free lunch to members of the JPD, Newton County Sheriff's Office, Jasper County Sheriff's Office, and Missouri Highway Patrol. Organizers say it's a way of giving back. Doug Hetty joins us now with a first look at the weather.
Well, it turned out to be a great day for us today. Plenty of sunshine, temperatures fantastic, low to mid 70s across the region, which is really kind of hard to beat. Here in the middle of March. Clear skies, nothing going on here, but you can see clouds increasing out to our west. Here's our next storm system. That system will start to affect us by the time we head into tomorrow evening. Up to that point, we look great. Of course, it doesn't get dark until almost 8 o'clock. We're still sitting low to mid 70s across the region. Southerly winds kind of helping those temperatures warm up just a bit. Over the past couple days, really, we have south winds at about 10 to 20. And as we go through the evening hours, our temperatures will slowly drop back through the 60s, near 50 a little bit later on tonight, but pretty much clear skies. Now, of course, we're going to look at our thunderstorms rolling in tomorrow evening, coming up here in just a bit.
See you then. Prosecutors in Montgomery County, Kansas are requesting an involuntary manslaughter charge for the fatal shooting of a minor. Coffeyville police last night arrested 19-year-old Traven Hayes Smith. They say he was involved in a shooting late Sunday night that killed a minor. That shooting happened on North Walnut Street. The victim, from Chanute, was found with gunshot wounds and was taken to the hospital where that person later died. Coffeyville police say more arrests and charges are expected. Joplin police are investigating a homicide after a man was found with gunshot wounds. That shooting happened early this morning, before 2:30. Authorities say they were called to a home for a report of gunshots near 24th and Wall Avenue. When officers arrived, they found 20-year-old William Patton of Joplin with gunshot wounds. Patton was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Coming up, Missouri Southern connects students with local businesses through a career fair. Plus,
an artist in McDonald County shares his story of overcoming obstacles in the hopes of inspiring others. I'm Kate Kelly with his story just ahead.
a judicial panel in charge of redrawing Missouri state Senate districts has released a new preliminary map. The map is based on the 2020 census results. It would take effect for this year's elections and be used for the following decade. Now, the judicial panel took over redistricting after a bipartisan commission failed to agree on maps. Because no new map had been adopted yet, candidates so far have been filing for office under the districts drawn after the 2010 census, but they could have a chance to file based only on new proposed districts before the filing period ends on March 29th. A lot of college seniors are going to be graduating over the next couple of months, and they're going to be looking for jobs. Well, Missouri Southern today gives them a chance to get a head start on that by hosting a career fair. Dozens of area businesses took part. Organizers hope the fair will help students and alumni find jobs or internships to set them on a path to success.
Absolutely. I think what other chance are you going to get to meet 50 plus businesses in the Joplin area? And you make a lot of great connections being able to talk with people face to face rather than sending an email or making a phone call.
This fair in the Leggett and Platt Center is the first in-person career fair there since the start of the pandemic. A triple amputee artist in Anderson, Missouri is sharing his story of struggle and triumph in the hopes of inspiring others. KOAM's Kate Kelly tells us how James Wanders came to be the man he is today.
James Wanders is a man who knows what it means to struggle. In fact, Struggle is the name of one of his award-winning paintings.
The struggle doesn't ever end. My paintings are talking to me about my life, about our lives, you see. Yeah.
When he looks back over the years, Wanders feels compelled to share his story of being burned and rising through the ashes. It all began on Thanksgiving Day, back in 1971, when a then 13-year-old James was burning dead chickens on his parents' poultry farm in Neosho.
I poured this diesel fuel on a bunch of chickens inside of a 55-gallon barrel. And the can blew up in my hands as I was pouring it in there. And that's when the fire just poured down me, like water, just whoosh. And I rolled, like they tell you to, But diesel fuel is an oil-based type fuel. It, wasn't going out. And right out of football season, I took off running.
His stepfather managed to stop him and put out the flames, but the damage was done. 85% of Wanders' body was covered with third-degree burns. When he regained consciousness, one of his hands had already been amputated. A leg and his other hand would soon follow. The pain was excruciating.
They took the skin off the bottom of my feet and the top of my head every 14 days for 8 months. Skinned me, alive.
Despite his suffering and setbacks, Wanders remained determined to succeed. He was at the top of his welding class at Crowder College and continues to create art, paintings and sculptures with just as much character as him.
People have no comprehension of what I can do with metal hands. They always have seen me as handicapped until I get on a pool table with them and beat them real bad, and then they realize, wait a minute, this guy's got an advantage, not a disadvantage.
Wanders gives all the glory to God, thanking Him for his beautiful wife and children, hoping his story will help someone else who may be going through adversity, encouraging them to seek a higher vantage point for perspective.
I don't want anybody to suffer at all, but I know suffering's what brought me around, to who I am now.
In Anderson, Kate Kelly, KOAM News.
After being diagnosed with cancer for the 15th time now, Wanderer started yet another round of radiation on Monday. He hopes to continue painting, building, climbing, and doing all the things he loves for as long as possible. If you'd like to support him by buying some of his artwork, you should check out the link we've shared on our website. That's KOAMnewsnow.com. A little bit later, Missouri Southern football is back on the practice field as they get ready for next season.
Plus, we have thunderstorms rolling in for us tomorrow evening. We'll check that out coming up. Well, it definitely turned out to be another great day for us today. Temperatures fantastic as we've really been up into low to mid 70s over the past couple days. And we're going to have pretty good temperatures once again for us tomorrow. But we are going to get some thunderstorms in here, especially tomorrow evening and tomorrow night, and then cool showers sticking around on Friday, but we clear out. Fantastic weekend. Of course, you can get my long-range forecast on my month-long blog, KOAMnewsnow.com. Here's a live shot. This is our Landers Tower Cam, of course, Landers Chevrolet. So this is on the southeast side of the city, so we're looking back toward the southeast. You can see roads are dry. Everything looks pretty good across the region. Southerly winds kind of getting our temperatures up there for us today. 74 in Miami, 75 in Neodesha. Fort Scott sitting at 73. Nevada 72. Monette, hair cooler at 70. Those south winds will keep our temperatures up. In fact, the winds are actually going to increase a little bit as we go through the next 24 to 48 hours. 7th and Rangeline also looking pretty good. Pretty much clear skies across the region. We'll drop back through the 60s. Near 50 for an overnight low tonight, so not bad. It stays at least decently mild throughout the overnight hours. Clear skies, nothing going on here, but these clouds out to our west will start to increase by the time we head into, mainly after midnight tonight. So partly cloudy skies tonight, partly cloudy skies tomorrow. Here's our next storm system. The main wave is right about the Utah-Colorado state line, and that system is going to head toward us as we go through the next 24 hours. You can see it kind of kick out, surface low develops, western Oklahoma, and then it tracks northeast toward us. You can see thunderstorms develop, but because this is going to track right on top of us, most severe weather will stay to our south. Doesn't mean we can't get some strong storms, maybe even a low-grade severe storm, but most of the severe weather tomorrow stays central, eastern, southern parts of Oklahoma. Clouds increase a little bit for us tonight, partly cloudy skies for us tomorrow. Temperature is great, near 70 by noon. We're going to actually soar near 80 during the afternoon. 51 to start, 71 by noon. High temp 77. Southerly winds a little breezy at about 10 to 20. Scattered thunderstorms trying to get going 7, 8 o'clock, but a bigger band rotates in near midnight tomorrow night. And these are the ones that are going to pack a little bit more of a punch. And then we get periods of showers and thunderstorms through the night, and then just showers with temperatures hanging in the 40s all day long on Friday. We can't rule out some snowflakes mix in on Friday. Does not look like that big of a deal. This system works out of here by the time we head into Friday night, and then the weekend shaping up pretty good. Rainfall, which we can always use in the spring months, we should get a ½ inch to 1 inch of rain with this next storm system, which is going to rotate through. There may be some areas that get a little bit more. 77 tomorrow, a high near 50 on Friday, but we're going to hang into the 40s most of the day. Down to 34 Friday night. However, Saturday 66, Sunday 72.
Wow.
The first day of spring. Thunderstorms back in Monday and Tuesday. The ones on Monday could pack a punch as well.
I don't think my ears were playing tricks on me when I heard you say a possibility of a snowflake or two.
Yeah, maybe 3.
Maybe 3.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Doug. Still ahead, Webb City Baseball prepares for Friday's season opener, and the Missouri Southern Lions hit the field for their first week of spring practice. Jacob Leonard has that and more next.
Well, spring football practice is here for the Missouri Southern Lions. The Lions are in their first week of spring ball with their annual spring game scheduled for April 9th. Now, Southern has about 90 guys in spring camp this season. They'll have another 30 to 40 recruits join them when they begin fall practice later this year. The Lions are entering year 2 under head coach Atiba Bradley. They're coming off their best season since 2014, so they got a little momentum for the first time in a while, and they're excited to start building for what they hope is another step forward this fall.
Seeing success in the fall, and seeing what we can do, it makes us all hungry. Like you can see the burning in everybody's eyes. Like we're ready to play in the fall, but we understand that we have to take the baby steps and get the spring right before we can go to the fall.
For us to be competitive, I think you saw a team that was like, oh wow, we can play. They were a little surprised, and last year we're moving forward, going okay, we can compete, but now how do we get over the hump and get more wins?
Don't let our records give you the picture of what we are. It's a whole different team than what it is. We're just a couple of little pieces that we have to put together, and we're there.
The Pittsburgh State Gorillas have won 7 straight games, and they're 8-1 to begin MIAA league play. Tonight they try to stay hot on the road against Emporia State. The game already going bottom of the 5th. Pitt State is up 5-1. MIAA hitter of the week Jordan Maxson, he's back at it. He's got a 2-run homer, his 5th home run in the last 4 games. We'll have the latest from this game right here tonight at 10. Webb City baseball just 2 days away from their season opener. The Cardinals will face Verdigris at home on Friday in their first game of the season. Now, this Webb City team has high expectations. Now, they did lose a couple key guys in Cole Gaiman and Tragan Parker, who are now at Missouri Southern. But this season, they're led by 8 seniors, and they're confident in that talent they return.
This year we have a lot more guys in the bullpen. We have more depth. We'll be able to send more guys out, be more comfortable in the pitching game. We have everything we need to do what we want to do.
We graduated a good senior class, but we had a really good summer and we played a lot of baseball, and we got some young guys that I think are really eager to improve themselves.
Well, 5 local high school basketball players have been named finalists for the Sports in Kansas Player of the Year in their respective classes. On the boys' side, there are 3 local guys. Easton Ewing, the guy throwing it down there, he's a finalist for Player of the Year in Class 4A for Independence. Galena's Brett Sarwinski is a finalist in Class 3A after posting 18 points and 4 rebounds per game and breaking the school's all-time scoring record. Also in 3A, Girard's Bram Bourne. He was great all season, averaging 17 and 4 per night, while also collecting 3 steals per game. As for the girls, 5 local players are finalists for Player of the Year. In Class 4A, Madison Brandon from Labette County, Frontenac's Heather Arnett, and Galena's Mia Sarwinski are finalists in Class 3A. And in Class 2A, Colgan's Lily Brown and Danielle Howard from Uniontown. The winners will be announced on the weekend of the 25th. And that's it for sports. We're back with more news after this.
Take time now to honor a local veteran. Ralph Frobish served in the U.S. Army from 1942 to 1947. Columbus, Kansas native was stationed in France, received a Purple Heart, and we salute Technician 4th grade Ralph Frobish, a 4-state hero. Boy, beautiful weather out there today and more nice weather ahead.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Temperatures overall are fairly nice over the next week or so, minus Friday, but 77 tomorrow. Thunderstorms tomorrow evening, tomorrow night, and then just kind of cold and showers and a March-ish day for us on Friday. But the weekend, we get repaid back.
What Friday has going forward is that it is Friday. Final look at the sports.
We got a familiar face alert here. Zach Greinke coming back to the Kansas City Royals on a 1-year deal, so pretty cool.
Yeah, he's welcome for sure. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.
Salon service is provided by the Wild Side in Pittsburgh for over 25